So, that guy, he didn't need to move fast, right? He could take his time. But it looks like we got him in the lobby now. We got 10 people in. So when the R's come out, we will get this dog and pony show started. And that's exactly what we will do right now. Ladies and gentlemen, our second best of one between Rise Nation, Obey Alliance. Oh, no.
We
will
got to
get that
crash.
DC. And your reaction tends to make me think that I might be behind you a little bit. So I'm going to refresh my feed here.
Yeah.
And right as I was doing my super cool intro about how game number 2 is going to start, it won't. We'll go back to the lobby and set it up all over again.
Yeah, just an unfortunate disconnect from Abnai. So we will have to rehost the lobby for him to be able to get back into the game. Obviously, do not want to be playing in a 4v5. And Violet just telling Vandal, I mean, he was the last one in. He's the last one to leave. So getting him to get him out of the lobby. But,
I told you. Listen, he doesn't have to move fast, all right?
No, but he eventually gets there. I'll tell you, the turtle beats the rabbit, or the saying goes, slow and steady wins the race. That's the saying.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a point, but he just wants to he wants to hug, I guess, Violet. But either way, we're gonna be seeing the lobby get remade here. This gives me a chance to actually make my notes. If I can even find my pencil. There it is.
What is happening? I look away for 1 second, and it's only Vandal. What?
Yeah, Vandal. It's only Vandal, and he's going Lion. So
so we're looking for Vandal to get the ace here.
Yes,
of course.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only person that he has to lose to is Violet, and Violet's spectating. So it will be Rise Nation taking that first round. I don't know none of you guys can see what's going on, but I mean, we can, and we're just
Chat's like, what? What are these guys smoking? Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get the lobby set back up, get the players back in, and get this puppy started. For those of you just joining us, welcome. This is NACL Week 5 matchup number 1. We've already had Rise Nation, Obey Alliance 1 ending up in a tie. Both of these teams garnering a point each. Rise Nation able to come back from a 6-4 deficit to bring it into a tie situation. We played that map 1 being Bank, 2 that tie scenario, and of course these being 2 completely independent best of 1 matchups between these 2 teams. We're seeing these 2 teams not only go up against each other again, but again on Bank, as there are 2 completely independent map ban phases as well. So they'll go back to Bank, the same sides as we saw in match number 1, and it looks like we've got a bugged lobby. I don't know what that means. Oh, just a game restart here for our awesome spectator tonight, Violet Cutie.
Oh, Violet is probably the best in the game right now, and I can say that fairly confidently, as I haven't had the luxury. I've had the luxury of being behind Violet spectating quite a bit in the last month and a half, I'd say, ever since DreamHack. So I can definitely say that Violet is definitely an A1 spectator. So again, exclamation point casters in the chat if you want to go check out mine, Ty Strangles, Ty Tangles. I know it's kind of confusing for me. You got 2 different names.
It's the Halloween thing. It's the Halloween thing.
Well, if you're gonna do that, you gotta change, I think, your Twitter to that, and
hell no.
You gotta rework the whole thing. If you can't just commit on Discord here, you're just throwing me off. All right, you're just throwing me off.
Listen, you can call me whatever you want, man. I ain't tripping.
Kevin. I'm calling you Kevin from now on. So Kevin definitely just does not have. You gotta change it. You can't. It's Ty Strangles or is it Ty Tangles? I'm confused.
You just call me Ty, and then
I'll call you Ty. All right. So
everybody calls me Ty or Chris because my name is Chris. So
yes,
either one will be fine.
Your name isn't Ty.
My name is not Ty nor Tyler, despite contrary to popular belief, I should say.
Well, I wonder why people would believe that. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, I just thought your name was Kevin, but either way.
Kevin, Chad. Well, I thought your name was Chad, so.
Well, I mean, I get called Chad on the low. Only the real ones call me Chad, but aka nobody. But either way, yeah, like I was saying, if you want to go check any of us out on Twitter, !Casters, Violet's will be down there, mine will be down there, and Ties will be down there. But
mostly me and not
Yes.
Razor.
Yeah,
Mostly
definitely
follow
go check
Ty
out
and not
ours.
Razor though.
Well, definitely, I'd say that's false. I'd say mostly go follow Violet, and then you can go to Ty's channel. You can go to Ty's Twitter, and then maybe if you feel like it, you can go to mine too. But either way, we all appreciate the support. It's kind of been
Very much so.
I hate to use so I won't use a bad word. It's kind of been a kind of a weird show in CL each week. It's kind of a surprise.
Say crapshoot. I think that's PG enough. Crapshoot.
Okay, yeah, crapshoot. I like it. But either way, it's been interesting to say the least.
I don't know. Let me try. Let me leave the
NACL
lobby and try rejoining.
this weekend.
stream
But it's I'm not sure what the issue is that we're having. It looks like the lobby is still bugged. A couple of players, I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying in chat, but either way, we've got to try to get this figured out, as it is a problem.
Well,
I mean, players are joining. Players
Yeah.
are joining right now, so.
And I can hear them talking. It's just I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, I usually mute it because I hear unspeakable things when I listen to the players talk to each other. So that gets distracting pretty quickly. So I usually mute that. And here comes Rise. So it looks like we've got members from both teams in right now. So it's looking good. It's looking like it might happen here in the somewhat near future, as we are an hour and a half deep into play day number 5 for NACL. And for those of you in chat, thanks for joining us. You can hit that follow button up above on Twitch while you're waiting. Give Mr. Razors a follow and a thanks for taking his valuable time to bring you guys the NACL content, because I assure you it is 100% run by volunteers and receives no official support whatsoever. Also, shout out to ESL, who actually, they're just really great people and doing what they can for us. No, I'm not being facetious.
No, I know
in that
they
scenario. ESL has been actually really good in this. Sternab who's kind of the mastermind behind
Shout out to
NACL. Sternab Goat. But anyway, it's been an interesting ride this season and last season too. Were you around last season?
I was not around last season. This is my
gotcha.
first season, kind of on PC. So
Gotcha. Well, enough about NACL, because let's actually watch it. Looks like we are getting started with game number 2, match number 2, Rise Nation Obey Alliance. Same map, same sides, same result. Well, we don't know just yet. Yeah, a lot of Siege yet to be played as we begin our ban phase. And we'll see Capital again first off the board.
Yeah, Capital. I'm curious to see if we'll see the same bands, because it's going to be the exact same map. I would hope that we're going to see different bands this time. Otherwise,
let's see. Habana, yep, same bands on
same
offense.
band so far. Will there be the Echo and Mira ban? Please Obey and Rise. Please don't ban the same operators, because I don't really like. If we see the exact same map, at least leading up into it, it's definitely not going to be looking good for a result.
I disagree with you. I want to see the same operators. I talked a little bit about this during our pregame ramblings, right?
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, like when you see something crazy go down, and when you see a tie at the end of the day, like it was a good battle, right? And in this case, Obey had 2 opportunities to seal the deal. Like it wasn't like 5-5 and then 6-5 and then 6-6, right? It was 6-4, then 6-5, then 6-6. So Obey just couldn't close it out. And I think that Rise Nation has, first of all, I think their second game of each play day is usually a better game for them.
Yes.
Because it takes them a little bit longer to warm up in games past that I've seen. So that's number 1. And number 2 is once they get into a rhythm, Rise tends to stay in that rhythm. It's very hard to break them of that rhythm. And so I say all the time, like, I bet that if we saw, these 2 teams go to the same map again immediately, we would see a different result. And I think that this is a great opportunity to see that, because I say it all the time, but we never get to see it. But here we are. Same map, same side, same band, same everything. What can these players do with their preparation, their ability to make changes on the fly and be led by their IGL and their gun skill and their experience? Like, what can they do to change it? Because now it's 100% in their hands to change the outcome.
Camera in position.
Yeah, and I would 100% agree with that. Gonna be seeing Abinai actually pulling a little bit of a Jarvis there. I know Jarvis is known for his drone spawn killing, so it looked like Abinai just searching for those drones even outside of the building is gonna deny a lot of intel. Surprisingly enough, that can deny a lot of intel for a attack. But starting up into our first rounds finally here, we'll be seeing a fairly interesting lineup with the Cav actually being brought out by Forrest first round here. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be looking to see exactly where he's gonna be playing on that Cav. I don't know if we can get a overview of him. Oh, inside of printer room, I believe here, just outside.
No, that's an open area. Yep,
open area.
Yeah,
it's an open area. Yeah, so that's definitely gonna. If this is overlooked by the attack, that could be big for Forrest here to possibly get an interrogation or maybe even just go for a kill.
Listen, I love Forrest. That kid's a gunner. He's got so much skill. I don't know how much I agree with pick. I mean, she's got such a low pick rate because if you do drone properly, and at this level, you typically see the right amount of intel gathered before pushing onto the site when time isn't of the essence, right? And so I think that, and there it is, the Jackal will actually start pinging her out. And she is going to push out through this door, and it looks like Jackal is ready and waiting, and just like that, a very easy cleanup there for England. And by himself, I might add. He'll find another footprint and begin pings onto a second defensive operator as the Cav not working out at all here for Obey.
And that's just the power of Jackal right there. He doesn't even need anybody to help him roam clear. He can literally scan players and push them out himself. He doesn't need anybody to drone him in because he can, even with the Cav, which you're not supposed to be able to see her footprints. As just probably a misplay from Forrest giving his footprints away, but it's definitely going to be a big, I wouldn't say the biggest fall. I mean, it's going to be a man count disadvantage for the defense now, but I mean, Forrest wasn't bringing the most utility to the team, and just trying to go for that risky play early on here, I don't see it as a bad thing from the side of Obey, but definitely something that's going to hinder them coming close to the plant time. But it seems like Rise Nation are taking their time, even with all of the area and allowance that has been given to them by Obey, so definitely look for them to try to make this plant come down, or at least bait out some utility pretty quickly on here from Obey.
Yeah, and so we'll see the first gas canister come out. Got acid on the flank, working on that garage spot, that long angle. Here comes smoke number 2. Will it connect? Yes, it will, forcing Rise off the plant a second time, taking a little bit of damage, and a very quick gas canister number 3 will expire before the plant begins to go down, and that's exactly what will happen. The plant going now, right now. C4 tossed out. Will it connect? It will. Gripster will get a kill of his own 3 before the plant stopped. The drop from the hatch will get stopped as well. Adam, he'll pick it up, but 1v4, a very easy cleanup, and Obey sweep in the closing second, and will win round number 1.
And that round number 1 looked very similar to a round number 1 that we played last map. Obey really looking strong early on in that matchup, so looking to see if map number 2 isn't going to be the exact same scoreline going into it. It looks like they will be switching up their secondary bomb site. We'll be going upstairs to CEO and executive. Last map they did go downstairs to the open area actually for their second site, so definitely a different bomb choice, and it could possibly catch Rise off guard. As again, you're not really used to saying that you're not really used to seeing the same map played twice in a row, but it's interesting to see the site choices, I would say, I guess.
I mean, the first 2 sites are the first 2 sites that I would pick. I'm on bank. Yeah, we saw open area. We saw all 4. So we know Obey has it in their map pool to play all of these. We've seen Obey be successful in 3 out of those 4 defensive holds in the prior rounds, and they ended the first half of the last matchup in 4-2. Although that last round was really, really close. It came down to a 1v1 post plant. So
10 seconds remaining.
it's still a lot of siege left to be played. We're only 1 round deep, and we've already talked about and seen Rise's ability to come back from a deficit. So there's no, this team's in the lead at this point in time. Not yet. We'll see the same setup that we saw from them the last time around with the shield kind of in front of stock there, looking down the hallway. Usually we see that shield set up by the elevators, kind of right at the top of Banana Gold, if you will. And this time around, they're sitting there, and that was actually picked up by a crossfire pretty quickly the last time Grixer was in that position, and he was not very successful, as Obey only defending up top once last time around. Even though they picked up the dock, though, I believe Obey was successful in their defense overall up top after winning some gunfights out, but Acid will kick things off with a kill down onto Maestro. So that is one of the 2 ACOGs off the board early for Obey.
I'd say not only one of the ACOGs, but the Maestro of all people. So those cameras are going to be locked in place. Hopefully he turned them looking towards something useful, but they're going to be remained locked for the rest of the round and not going to be able to use those to deny plan or even deal any damage to take out drones. Does look like one is positioned good, or well, I should say, towards those spiral stairs. We'll be able to catch anybody that tries to rotate up in that direction, as it seems as though it's going to be a main lobby take coming out from Rise. One grenade will come flying up. Open Abonai is actually going to swing wide onto the spiral stairs, take the head right off of England. What a nice shot there coming out from the Jaeger, looking to see if he can't find more. As again, all of this attacking power looks to be coming up these spiral stairs, and it's going to be a massive choke point here for Obey if they're able to read into it.
Yeah, if you remember going back to last match, the one time that Obey played up top, they won due to an Abonai 4K with the Jaeger. So Abonai, this is his site. I don't know if this is his plan, but this is his site. And this is sometimes we won't see him on Jaeger at any other site. But they will kill up the spiral up to Banana. Abonai waiting, ready to go. A little bit of a trade there as Abonai picks up one, Vandal picks up the other, and they will shut Abonai down. So we'll have Acid with his second of the round. 3-2 now. Only the dock and the castle remain on the side of Obey. Meanwhile, the IQ taking a lot of damage. The dock, a very aggressive peek, will find one solo. That'll be Grixer finding him, but Vandal will refrag onto Forest, and now it is only Grixer left, but no, sir. Acid with a 3K on the round will shut that down, and Rise will bring themselves around. And we've got 1-1 here on match 2.
Yeah, so already a different scoreline going into the second round than we were in the previous matchup, but it doesn't really matter what we saw in the first map. This is a completely different map. Definitely looking to see Rise here look a little bit stronger on their attacks than they did last time around. And I'm actually going to go ahead and refresh my clean feed here because I'm a little bit behind you now, Ty, or Kevin. But either way, we will be... I'm going to open this back up for you guys here. Just give me 1 second. You're not missing anything. There are no 6 picks. Actually, there was a 6 pick. The Maestro to the Valk.
You're not missing much.
No, you're not missing much. No. And
attackers need to locate.
It looks like we're going to be seeing a different site now here. So it will be the Teller's Archive site. So we did see Obey defend every single site last map. They're prime, like they went to this though. I think in the 5th round. So definitely a lot going into it a lot earlier in this time around than they did previously. But that obviously, I mean, that's probably just for the fact that they've already given away their open area strat, so why go there so early on this time around and play a site that might be a little bit more successful for them.
10
but
seconds to go.
New camera feed up and
either
running.
way, it looks like they're going to be setting up some cameras for this top 4. I'm not sure how Grixer's going to be able to slide that into those books, but we'll find a nice slot in the bookshelf for that Valkyrie camera, as we're going to be seeing round number 3 get played out here momentarily.
How about right now?
Oh, well,
How about we play it out right now?
Right now.
So yes, we'll see the 3rd site come out from Obey, and I like their ability to feel confident on a multitude of sites. And they've found a lot of success on many of the sites as well. So they'll rotate it up. And Grixer will get the opening pick onto England. I'm not sure where that happened, but some bullets went back and forth. Call out taking a little bit of damage, but that's Jackal off the board. And with Grixer on the roam, that's going to help them stay on that roam a little bit more safely for the remainder of the game. Call out just shooting back and forth with somebody up top. We'll throw a couple of goo mines to slow the attackers down. Looks like Vandal working the windows is the one who is actually doing the shooting here for Rise Nation. But a stall out, a little bit of stall out here, as a minute is now off the board, and Rise Nation is now a man short. Looks like they are swiftly taking over on one side of the top, and Beastly, he'll get a pick on to call out. So that'll be the Legion, the one battling in Janitors, getting taken out very early on. He'll actually find, actually Vandal will find one rather onto Fozo, so that is Castle gone too, and those are two of the roamers up top, heftily dispatched. And now the numbers in favor of Rise Nation going into the second half of this round.
Yeah, about half the round, like you were saying, left to go, and the man advantage quickly turned on to its head by Rise Nation, finding 2 picks on that top floor. But this is not going to make this push happen onto the site, and with a minute 20 left in the round, do they have enough time to do so? They really only have to deal with one individual. That's going to be Forrest on that Cade on site, as it looks like we're going to be seeing Grixer and Abonai roaming both in the open area and just on top of main stairs. Can we see aggressive peek here coming out from Forrest? No! The headshot comes flying through from Acid, and they've got complete control of the site, whether they know it or not. It doesn't seem like they do. They just don't have that intel yet. Obey is going to be trying to get an aggressive callback as the drones are getting slotted out. It looks like he does have somebody pushing down his stairs. The Jaeger does, as Grixer has made his way back onto site. Vandal will find one, so the 1v4 going to have to come out from Grixer. A team kill from Acid, though, is going to make things a little bit easier, and Grixer finds one through the wall. The plant starting to come down from Acid, however, and the cover is going to have to be solid here from Vandal on such little HP. The pre-fire is going to come out. The Deagle will come through, but it's not going to find anybody to believe he might have gotten the down. No, he got the kill actually onto Acid, but Vandal is there for the trade. Second round now here for Rise.
Yeah, it came down to a 1v1, but Vandal was able to set up and cover the plan. He was a little bit overextended there in open area, almost got caught on the rotation, and that round would have been gone a completely different way if that ended up being the case, but no, sir. Rise will hang on and clinch that round out. That'll be 2 straight for them, giving them their first lead, I believe, ever in this matchup, as they were behind the entire way in matchup number 1. See a couple of 6 picks coming out. IQ to Maverick on the side of Rise, and we'll see Cav to Maestro on Obey. Thank goodness if you're an Obey fan, as the Cav play didn't really work out so well for Obey the last time they brought it.
No, it definitely did not work out in the slightest with that Jackal on the board from England. Even though Cav is the hard counter to Jackal, it just seems like Forrest was unable to do anything because the Jackal still found his footprints and was still able to secure that kill. So he might have been able to waste a little bit of time, but I mean, when that Jackal is able to just roam clean by himself, it makes it very difficult for anybody to go on roam. So definitely looking for him to try to cut this roam game off fairly early.
10 seconds left
And
before
I'm looking for a very minimal roam game from Obey. Possibly going to use those cameras like we saw Rise Nation use them, and the rotate to the top floor late. But I mean, the closest thing to a roamer I want to see is people inside of service, inside of blue stairs, on inside of server itself. Because this isn't a site where you really need to be roaming too much on. It's always a good site if you can try to retake the top floor and go for a late flank, but it's such a difficult map to roam on, as those angles can just be cut off, and it's impossible for you to rotate at the site.
Yeah. So in these two best of ones, completely separate matches, of course, we've already discussed the fact that you can go to the same map twice. Thing is when you decide to leave the map that you tied on or just played on the board, what you're saying is that you think you have the ability to make changes better, more accurately, and quicker than your opponent. And that's a big statement from Obey Alliance, thinking that they could go toe-to-toe with Rise, who just happens to have more experience at this level of play. Now, they are, of course, in first place, right? They will not lose first place this week. If they would have lost both matches outright to Rise, Rise would have taken the lead. Rise was 4 points behind in the opening of this matchup. Now, if Rise are able to take this game, they will be down by 1 point. They will be in second place by 1 point only. Vandal, he'll push down into the server stairs, seeing the bullets destroy one of the drones down below. But whoever shot that drone somehow managed to escape, and Adam will push from dirt right at the same time. So it looks like a little bit of a vanishing act from whoever was playing those stairs. Got a minute and 19 left as the hatches begin to get opened up. Looks like Acid will open a little peephole down towards red just to make sure that nobody's playing close to the bottom of that hatch. And the walls opening into the site will get hit. And oh, looks like somebody primed and ready for the peak. Vandal will get immediately damage put onto him, about half of his health gone, but will survive for the meantime. Here comes smoke number 1, 54 seconds left on the board. If they can continue to bait those out, they will have plenty of time left to plant with no smokes available to the defense. 45 seconds now. Everybody on Obey kind of parked as the intel comes from the pings, from the cardiac sensor, and it looks like one of the Evil Eyes firing off as well. So pretty much a standstill now for both of these cams. We're going to have to wait to see if Rise can act while they still have enough time to play with. We'll see Toxic Babe. Actually, that will be the third. So that will be all 3 off the board now in about 15, 20 seconds of usable time where they don't have to worry about the damage of the Toxic Babes on the side of Rise. But still, the plant does not begin to go down. Seems again like a stall, but Grixer will get a TK, but not before he'll get one on a Vandal. Kala will find one with the shotgun on the Acid. Adam will refrag, and the diffuser will go down with the pistol. Adam jumps through. He'll find one, gets shut down, and a flurry of kills as England finishes it off onto Call Out. And that is a storm of the site if I've ever seen one. Beautiful split work from Obey Alliance. I'm sorry, Rise Nation. And that will put them up 3-1.
I'm not sure how they were allowed to win that. It seemed like the kills were just going in favor of Obey, even with the team kill, and they just flooded the site, like you said, and they were able to find the frags on the Obey. Obey just unable to deny any of that, and ultimately losing the round. I couldn't have predicted that would have gone in favor of Rise whatsoever, as it seemed like Obey had every tactical advantage, but you can never count a team out in Siege. There's always some crazier things that could have happened. But again, the third round in a row now going in favor of Rise Nation, looking a lot different than we saw on the first on this exact same map the first time around, no more than 20 minutes ago. So definitely going to be looking to see if Obey is able to actually put their foot to the pedal here and try to figure out what's going wrong here.
Ooh, that makes me nervous. Okay, he's doing it on purpose. That makes me nervous.
So.
I'll tell you what.
10 seconds to
anyway, looks like Fozo here's a drone, wasn't able to see it. Of course, we get to see the outline because, you know, observing and whatnot. Absolutely, yeah, it's all us. I was gonna say last time, not as much utility deployed into server stairs as we're seeing them deploy now, and because of that, Rise was able to take server control a little bit quicker, but that did not translate into, you know, a plant attempt being performed earlier. There were still so many people up. As a matter of fact, because we happen to be, you know, we happen to be spectating somebody that died, and that kind of hides the kill feed while that animation plays out. We missed like 4 kills.
Yes.
In that split second that that person was going through the dying animation. So that's how fast that round ended. And Rise was just spread out. They were in a good position. They had one on stairs. They had one playing the hatch, who ended up being like the Clutchmeister at the end of that one. And then, of course, the rest of them piling in to try and go for the defuse, but they were still getting kills. We had Adam push deep into sight, finding one with his gun, switching to the pistol, and finding another one, a very key factor to that win, that round won by Rise Nation. And here they are, sitting atop the leaderboard 3-1, as on the defensive sided map of Obey will only have 2 more opportunities to take a round away before the roll swap.
Sensor activated. And got that roll swap, that halftime switch coming up here in the next 2 rounds, but We've got Rise here. Adam gonna be going for that late rotate into the sewer. Let's see if he can't catch anybody inside of the server room off guard, but England here holding on to these main stairs is just waiting for the rotate to come through. Acid's gonna shut down Grixer as he tried to rotate back underneath this hatch, but we've talked about it so much. Once this hatch is opened up, you are unable to make it back through here, well, more than likely without falling off. But no, the shotgun meets shotgun, and it looks like it's going to be Callout that gets the better of it before Adam goes for that flank up through the bottom of server stairs, no longer having that Jaeger there to cover his back. So that's going to be 2 kills now, going fairly easy in the favor of Rise Nation. One will get traded out again by Callout, but with 52 seconds left, they're going to have to deal with the double Nitro Cell here from Fozo and Abenai, and possibly those Maestro cameras from Forest.
Device is going down.
Yeah, this is not the Obey that we're used to seeing in the first half of this CL season. They're very much struggling to deal with Rise Nation on this second time around, and I'll tell you what, it's completely the opposite of what we saw just, 15, 20 minutes ago, where Obey seemed to be very comfortable against Rise on Bank, and I fear that my prediction about Rise being able to adapt a little bit better because of their experience is coming to fruition. See the smokes go out from the Jackal again, covering that plant. Now it's all muscle memory, but no, Beastly won't plant in default. We'll push him against the reinforcement and go. Abenai will find one with the C4. But is it the planter? It is, as a 2v2. 2 kills back-to-back by Obey. They know exactly the plan's going down. And Fozo with the 2-piece at the end will shut it down. And we thought Obey was in great position last round. Rise swooped in and killed everybody. This time, it was the complete opposite. We thought Rise was in position to take it down. Obey comes up clutch, and they will bring 1 round back. Now, just a 1-round differential in score between the two.
Definitely a 2 mirror-like rounds, like you were saying. Definitely a big step up there from Fozo to find those 2 kills at the end. I believe he got a 4K to end it off, or maybe even a 4K with the Nitro Cell as well. So definitely big plays there by the Pulse and the Valkyrie as well to gather that intel and to go for those pinches. Because I think the Valkyrie did get 1 kill with the Nitro Cell. I don't remember who exactly got that kill, but either way, what a 2v4 clutch there coming out from the defense. And it looks like they're going to be going out to that top floor for the second time, I do believe. Yes, second time now here. They've gone to the CCTV and tellers quite a bit. CCTV 3 times now, and they use Sellers and CEO once. So the second time now going to CEO, and this will be the last round that Obey will have to defend on Bank. And I know that we said that last map, but that was because we didn't know that they were going to be coming back here again for map number 2. I didn't think it was quite possible, but it will be possible, I guess, in
10 seconds to go.
Pretty widespread setup here from Obey Alliance as they will go up to CEO. They're between 2 matches. They played this site twice. The first time winning off the back of a 4K by Grixer on that Jaeger. The second time he was able to pick the first one of the round off for Obey, but immediately got shut down. And then Rise Nation from the spiral staircase kind of overwhelmed them. So 1-1, 1 apiece, and this will be a very, very important round, not only to win or at least tie your defensive half of your Obey Alliance, but to bring the swing, the mood back into your favor a little bit.
It will be interesting to see the 3 ACOGs come out. I guess 2 ACOGs now coming out as Acid will remove Abenai from the planet with a nice pistol headshot to the head. I'm not sure if the Doc was already downed or what, but either way, still a nice shot coming out onto that Doc and taking a big operator off early on. As we're going to be seeing the double Baguette brothers, Callout and Abenai, both on the Rook and the Doc combo, both being those Frenchmen coming into play. But we'll be seeing about half the round, just about 15 seconds plus, but Again, more goo mines getting thrown out, more utility here getting dispensed by the attack. It looks like Vainwell's going to be able to take out this Maestro camera with that grenade, so excellent use of the utility there. No nitro cells and no plant denial here from the side of Obey. So if you're on the side of Rise Nation, this is looking pretty good for you, unless we're going to see Obey just make some nutty plays here with these ACOGs.
Yeah, they're holding good angles, and I'm not sure if Obey realizes it. Of course, they haven't fallen into those angles, and Obey can't sit there forever. The Alda, Forrest, pushing down the stairs, finds the head of Acid, while Callout finds one onto England. So there's a dual ACOG position, and from main lobby, kills on the side of Obey coming all over the place, and now it is just Adam and a Dream fortifying a minute to do it. Very likely that this half is going to go 3-3. Legion, Gumine will go off, alerting the team to his presence, and Forrest will clean things up. A multi-kill on the round for Forrest. And that will be Obey ending it, like I said, at a tie at the half. Now, last time, they came off the half 4-2 after a defense and struggled on attack.
Yep.
Hopefully they can find a little bit more success this time around. Otherwise, Rise still in a decent position to take this match.
I agree. I think that Rise is still looking strong here. They looked a lot better in map number 1 on their defenses. So it's going to be interesting to see here how Obey chooses to cool off Rise Nation on these attacks. We're going to be seeing Forrest going to be bringing the first Nomad of the match. So hopefully that's going to be. Oh, I take that back. It looks like he wants to play Ash now. So we won't see our first Nomad. You can go ahead and forget everything that I was saying, and we're going to be seeing a fairly standard defense and attacker setup for this site. The Ash though, this is the first time we're going to be seeing her played today. In total. Normally, I believe it's been the Jackal that's being played in that position, but we're in that slot.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Rise, I mean, they played Rise defended its basement twice, I think. And every time they turtled, it did a late rotate. Jackal is not super great for the late rotate. Like, when you have map control, you can dedicate anybody to flank, right? You can have anybody do flank one. So, like, a Nomad would have been a pretty good pick in that situation instead of that. So I think they're expecting to see more of the similar, because Rise is less likely to mix things up unless things aren't working, right? And because of that, they think that the Ash is going to be a little bit more useful to them, because this is a frag-heavy team. They rely on frags a lot of the time. And that's why you see ranked kind of plays come from them. You'll see the double Frenchman, and we'll see the Maestro at the same time. You know what I mean? They want to take the gunfights, and Ash is a good free-speed, small hitbox operator to do that with.
I will just give you all an update here. It looks like we did have Adventure Force taking that 7 maps. So after losing the first map 7-0 to Disrupt Gaming, they take the second map on Border 7-4. Again, those matches being casted on twitch.tv/Benny Au Gold, Benny AU Gold. A little bit of a double
exclamation point B stream.
Yeah.
And you get a nice link in the chat.
Thank you.
If you want to watch their break, because the game's over. Oh no! I'm not sure what happened there. Was that an Ash charge that went off right next?
Charge of some sort, yes. Dealing a lot of damage to Fozo. Not a significant amount, but definitely 30 HP is going to be missed off of the Maverick.
Yeah, I think it's separate. You know, every drop of health counts when the matches are this close. So here we go, a minute and a half down. They got the hatch on the servers open. I believe there is somebody. Yes, there is indeed somebody on server stairs contesting, and that will be the smoke. All 3 remote gas grenades have been dispatched. He's holding a very close angle to the door. Shotgun ADS ready and waiting for any signs of movement. And the stomach of whoever dares contest him will be blown out. They'll rotate back down. Force will find England. They'll push out the door, but no, they're ready for him. 2 kills for Obey, back-to-back. Grixer. And now we've got a 5v3 situation. A lot of the attacking squad has a lot of damage done to them, though. But no, we'll actually have Red Hall. Abunai is downstairs wreaking havoc on site. We got Acid holding that long angle, but getting contested and getting damage put on him. Abunai bullets flying back and forth. Nobody getting the better of anybody else, but it is a 5v2. There is 40 seconds left to work with, and now the attacking squad has the opportunity to slow it down a little bit and focus on the plant. Bullets still hitting Acid. Acid still staying alive somehow. Contesting the stairs will lose that fight. Forrest will find his second of the round, and now there's only Beastly from Red Hall. He'll find one. Bullets will damage him a little bit, but he will remain in play. C4 goes out. Bunched up people will only find one, but stop the diffuser. 1v3. Time ticks away, though. He has the opportunity to stop the plant, but he is taking damage from all angles. Somehow he's still alive. He'll push out, but not be able to finish it off. Trickster will close it out, and Obey wins their first attack.
That was a very patient attack there from Obey. I mean, you saw those two players go down on their side in the attack, like while the plant was trying to go down, but you didn't see them fall off of that push whatsoever. They kept their angles from the hatch because they knew that that the Pulse needed to push out if he was going to get that kill onto the diffuser. So definitely smart play there coming out from that attack, and just a well-coordinated, well-executed attack overall from Obey, and that's what should be giving them that first round of the second half. Already looking much better than they did in map number 1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We'll see a bomb site switch up coming out here from Rise Nation. I like this call. I think that this is a smart decision. If you can't win that bottom site, I mean, they pretty much got ran on that bottom site. It was a 5-1. The only 2 kills coming in that case, heat case scenario. So definitely got to switch up the bomb site, I would say, here, and see if you can't work something out here on the top floor. So gonna be doing a fairly similar hold. It looks like they're gonna be placing those evil eyes to look down the spiral stairs and possibly to look over the CEO site. If I would imagine that's where Vandal will put his second camera. Yeah, there's just the one on spiral stairs, and I mean, couldn't even see Adam go for a spawn kill here. I believe the other Maestro camera is on the north wall, but no, actually it's right there. So we'll be looking at the both sides. I actually really like that Maestro camera. The evil eye.
I would be sad if Adam doesn't go for a spawn kill.
You think so?
That's because I just like to see that action. That's definitely not the smart play. He won't do that, I don't think.
No,
He will instead just prepare. And he's kind of set up the way that I expect to see a Doc play this main hallway. He's kind of back towards the elevator, and not how Obey plays, where they're pushed up in the corner next to stop. And which is just kind of an atypical way of playing it, and they just haven't found much success there. Kala will be shooting at the window from afar, but nobody dare contest him at this moment. So the bullets are for nothing more than opening that barricade up. And he will do that successfully. About 45 seconds off the clock. Not a lot of action happening, not really any map control yet for Obey. Still plenty of siege to be played, though, as it looks like they're going to focus on taking that top floor and not worry about taking anything underneath.
No, you really don't need to take control of much underneath unless there's going to be that pulse being played. They do have the one nitro cell on Beastly, so definitely going to be looking to see them try to deal with that. As Acid is going to try to peek this angle from Callout all the way. I mean, Callout was shooting through 2 different windows to get that angle, so definitely a crazy angle to say the least, but the contest that, it just doesn't seem like the smart play. And Gregs are going to be walking up right up these main stairs. It looks like he got shot from Archives. The Jaeger going to fall off of that angle as Abunai pulling a little Spider-Man here in the main lobby, going to be rappelling down these skylights. I actually like doing this. I think that this is a good angle because you're able to, I mean, not a lot of defenders are going to expect this, and he's able to cut off this this Nitrosol throw from Beastly, and he's able to get a lot more angles on the side of the defense. So definitely a very interesting spot to be holding from, and something that's not going to be expected most often.
Yeah, if you get the jump on somebody from this angle, that's fine, but there's no escape if somebody gets the jump on you. That's what the risk is of this. Bozo, he'll find the first one onto Vandal, and that will be the Maestro. Huge pick for them. Adam getting tons of damage laid down onto him. Forrest will get one onto England. We'll see one pick from Obey. I'm sorry, for Rise, but we'll see Abunai as Adam drops through the elevator, ready and waiting. I think he actually opened the hatch from underneath, and the Doc fell into his waiting arms. So very good job so far from Obey. We got Bozo down on the ground. Looks like he got shot underneath that castle, and oh, what an angle. Only one left on the side of Obey. It's Beastly. He'll find 2, though, and it's a 1v2 now. Actually, effectively a 1v1. Bozo yet to be picked up, but that will change quickly. He'll have 20 HP to work with. IQ about 50. Beastly, a very winnable. Can he do it? A 1v4? He can't. contest that ACOG. Grixer with the multi-kill on the round will remove his head, and Obey now, after going down 2-1 at one point, looking very good on attack.
Obey looking very good on attack indeed, but I mean, we almost saw that clutch come out there from the Mozzie of Beastly. If he had just played that a little bit more patiently, I think that he could have possibly won that round. But either way, it will go in favor of Obey, and a completely different set of rounds here on attack for Obey than what we saw in the first matchup. Again, if you're just joining us, we did see Bank play twice today, and for reasons, I guess these teams just wanted to go to the same map, but definitely looking completely different here. I was honestly going to be looking to see the same kind of a match. So I was completely wrong, and I will say, Ty, you were right. It's definitely a completely different match here.
It is. I mean, listen, Obey's doing a lot of stuff right now, and Rise Nation, they never will I ever count out Rise Nation. Not from what I've seen them able to do in the past, right? I never count them out at any stretch of the imagination, but if Obey can kind of keep up the momentum that they have right now, then I don't see them having much trouble as long as they can keep their heads level, and when something goes wrong, and it will, nothing goes perfectly. When something goes wrong, they don't fall apart, which we kind of saw at the end of last game, which is why last game ended up in a tie. Then Obey has this game. So really, it's all down to consistency at this point. We know that Rise has the ability to be consistent. Obey, we know that Obey has the ability to outgun Rise, but they haven't been able to do it consistently. And because Rise has the consistency point in their side, it's going to be difficult for Obey if they start slipping to finish this off strong, just like we saw in the last game.
Definitely agree, and I mean, again with the top floor, I think it's interesting. I think that the most intriguing part of this top floor hold is the attack coming through the main lobby. You don't often see an attack through the main lobby. You'll see certain teams. I know it's a big thing in Brazil to attack through the main lobby, but definitely not in NA. So it's curious to me the fact that they're choosing to do so. Maybe they're just more comfortable with it. I mean, that's definitely the reason why they would choose to attack this as opposed to from square, which is what you'll see most teams try to take from. But is that actually a repel on the main lobby again? Yes, it is. And that's actually going to be a kill for Forrest as you see him, or Abernite, as you see him just nonchalantly repel back up the skylight windows. Oh my God. That's why that angle is used, because you don't expect it. And you saw right there, Adam had no idea where he was getting shot from.
That's going on somebody's Twitter. Somebody's putting that. My money's on Suzaku, because I know he's in chat right now.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, yeah, just a repel down, shoot, repel back up. Oh, man. But, hey, it pays off, and we talked about it, how it's so bad it can be good, especially at these levels of play, right? Yes. That's like you see whenever the statistics come out about operators and stuff like that, that's why you see frost mats in the higher tiers be more effective than, like, silvers and gold. Yep. Because they're so bad and so, quote-unquote, ineffective that nobody uses them, nobody looks for them, and then it becomes effective again. That is what that repel is at this level of play. We'll see somebody on Obey. That'll be Abernite go down. That's the Thatcher. Very, very good. If Rise can pick him up, England ready at open area will take Forrest down to the ground. So the entry fragger of Ash is gone as well. Vandal ready. And wow, are we just getting the beautiful switches here from our observer, Violet Cutie. We're just catching every kill right now. We'll see a refrag happen right there on the stairs. That's Fozo picking up England. So it is a 3v3 as the Thatcher was finished off. 15 seconds though. A lot of kills about to happen, and just so that will start Beastly onto Fozo. Call out onto Vandal. 2v2. Time ticks away. Bullets going back and forth as Obey pushes in. Now only Acid to find, but they will have to commit to the defuse, and they will do just that. Beastly need not do anything but stop it, but that will not happen. Grixer with a second consecutive closing kill will keep Obey further in the lead. This will be match point, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the third round in a row. A perfect attack so far for Obey.
100%, you are correct. A flawless second half here from Obey as we started out the second half 3-3. But you've got to give props to this attack from Obey. They just seem to make things work in the dying seconds of a round. They have the advantage, but they just make things work even if they lose it. They didn't lose it in the first round. It was kind of pretty dominant from them on that attack, but these last 2 rounds have come down to the final seconds and the very last defender and the last 2 attackers. And so just great cover from Grixer on that IQ, rocking the LMG with that newly designed angle grip that she will be bringing. So I definitely think that the LMG, I rock the LMG personally instead of the Commando or what's the other gun? The AUG. Yeah, that's what it's called.
AUG.
The AUG. So I just like having those extra bullets. I personally am not good enough to run the ACOG on it. I just run the hollow. But I'm also a big hollow guy, you know? Big hollow, kind of like an EU hollow guy. But
10 seconds to insertion.
aside from the point, we will be seeing CCTV now. So after losing this the first round of the half, Rise decided to go to the top floor for
Attacker's
2 rounds.
objective is to locate a
Both
bomb
of those
and
were
defuse it.
unsuccessful. So you know what? Why don't we try to work down onto this basement yet again? They were down on this 5-1 before we saw Adam or I believe Beastly on the pulse bring it back for him. But looking to see a little bit more success here from Rise.
Yeah. So Obey Alliance will waste no time charging into sight. That's the Ash pushing up spiral stairs. Meanwhile, he's got teammates on the other side doing kind of the same thing. Already top floor and first floor control for Obey. They'll find a black eye cam. They'll start searching with that IQ for additional electronics to dispatch, as we'll see the Mute, I believe, take center stage on server stairs, awaiting any resistance that might come from Obey in that side. And there he is, Vandal, shotgun pushed up to the door, a ADS, or rather, I'm sorry, a Thatcher grenade, an EMP grenade, for a little bit of a brain fart right there, will be detonated. I'll survive.
Okay.
A little bit of information being gathered here. Pulse Beasley right underneath knows somebody's there, although unfortunately that bit of floor not destructible, so the nitro cannot be utilized in this situation. And we'll see that late flanking from Rise come out, perhaps, as there's 3 of them right there at the bottom of the stairs ready to go. We'll see England get the first pick onto 4, so that's the Ash dead first for Obey 2 rounds in a row. It didn't make much of a difference the last time around. England will push up and remain there. Grixer will get a frag onto Adam. That's the Velt gone as well. Not a whole lot of utility on either side lost. About 1:15 minutes left as these walls get opened up.
Yeah, not most time left for this attack to come through. No smoke, though, on the side of the defense. So they're not going to be able to delay as much time as they'd like. They do have 2 nitro cells. Adam having that third is going to die off. So that's going to be a big loss here for the defense. They're going to definitely rely on Beastly to gather this intel and for his nitro cell, along with Vandals, to be on point. That's going to actually be the first one as I talk about it. So the timing is perfect here for Vandal as he'll take down Caught. That was the designated planter on that thermite roll. So 40 seconds left. We're going to be seeing what the rest of these attackers can't do with their time. Only 1 nitro cell left to play with on the defense. So if they can start to deny, if they can start to bait this out, if Abernai can try to get to the plant, he is getting the shots from Garage. But then Nitro goes to the air. Grixer will find the shot, but gets immediately traded out by Vandal before 2 kills come out from Obey to even out the man count. The plant does seem to go down, but it's going to be an aggressive peeking from the Mute. Will finds 1, but it's a 1v1. Abunai and the Mute, but it's going to be Vandal that clutches that out for his team. That round seemed so close, but the first round will finally go in favor of Rise here on the second half.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen Rise come back from a 6-2. We saw him come back from a 6-4 just a match ago. They're going to have to come back from a 6-3 this time around, and they've started it off. Now we're at 6-4 once again, although they did defend the probably universally accepted easiest site to defend if you're a defender on bank, and that is basement. That is no longer a viable option for either of the 2 remaining rounds that Rise Nation must win in order to get the tie here. So they will go to staff open area, a place that they were not able to defend successfully before. There was a flurry of kills. Remember, that was that
Attackers
one
need to
time where
locate and
it
defuse
looked like
bombs.
Rise was winning. Obey had rushed the site, but there was actually multiple members of Rise down. So we didn't see it in the kill feed, but it ended up being Obey took the better end of the engagement, and they were able to finish it off and get the victory there. So here we go, match point, part due for Rise Nation, having to win 2 straight in order to not lose the precious 1 point. Obey Alliance sitting with at least 1 point at this point in time, and will retain the lead no matter what happens, either with this map or any other map today in Challenger.
I definitely, this is going to be big. I think that this is going to be a map around in which, if you're on the side of Obey, you must win this. If this goes to 5-4 or 5-6, still in favor of Obey, I think that this goes to another tie. Obey need to take advantage of this being a traditionally not so successful site. So, especially with this line in play, we're going to be looking to see a heavy roam clear, I would assume, on this top floor. We do have England and I believe the Mozzie of Vandal that are playing up here, but again, I'm not so sure as I can't really see the Mozzie right now. The drones will come flying through. Oh, it looks like Vandal actually playing downstairs, so maybe the Jaeger's actually alone above, but oh, this pre-ripped Nitro Cell might be perfect to anybody pushing up through the supply closet. It looks like Adam is on a camera, so having that intel, it looked like that that Nitro Cell actually did get wasted out by the Mozzie. So a little bit of a waste of the utility there as he prematurely ripped that Nitro Cell. We will see England fall through the hatch, almost gets killed from below, it seemed. Will be put down to about 10 HP as the top floor will be in control of the attack, as I believe that unless the Valkyrie has fallen down, I believe she's still up there, so they possibly could even push her out as well. They will.
Victor will open things up. Kill on to Adam. That will be the Valk off the board. We also have the Jaeger really weak, seeing him lose most of his health through the hatch drop there. Let me just tell you how important this match is. If Obey are able to take the 3 points, that will put them 7 points ahead of Rise, the second place team right now, which means if there is a future Playday in which Obey loses outright, loses both games, and Rise wins outright, wins both games, that will still not give Rise enough points to take the lead. So if this is the score difference that Obey carries to the last play day of the season, they could take the day off, and it wouldn't change the standings at all. Of course, they probably won't do that. Here we go, about a minute left. No action since the initial engagements that showed Adam hit the deck. But that will change soon as the wall gets opened up. The Lion King will come out. Pozo will find one onto Vandal. And now a 3v5. Acid taking a very aggressive angle out towards. Will not end up successful. Actually, he will get the down, but will get traded back. Call out with the Claymore will find one. And so just like that, it is a 2v4, effectively a 2v3, as Callout's still down, but he'll get picked back up. Grigson will find one on to England. It's all up to Beastly. If he wants to salvage this round, he'll find one. He sees a ping on 2 others, but is that intel old? Yes, it is. And Obey Alliance will take matchup number 2 on Rise Nation and will stay firmly in first place of NACL.
A big 3 points to get if you're an Obey Alliance fan, as that's going to give them not only that one whole match day buffer, but pretty much, I would say pretty firmly right now, put them in a very strong position to remain in those top 2 spots, and possibly, I'm not sure if it's official yet. I mean, obviously it's not official yet because we still have more playdays today, but it's definitely looking good for them to retain that spot and go into that relegation tournament between both the Sonics and Rogue. So looking good in that regard is Obey.